Alright, welcome back to the channel, everyone. So today, Robert Whittaker versus Reinier just took place, but before I get into that, yeah, boy got a mic, lad. He got some mic. And yeah, no, I'm pretty excited about it. First hardware upgrade to the channel. Many people have been asking me to get one. I don't know why I've been putting it off, but yeah, finally got it. And yeah, I'm just going to be troubleshooting with it, and this is my first video with it, so keep that in mind. We'll adjust the settings and everything in the future. And I don't know if I'm going to get one of those foam things to cover it. I guess it's better with like getting rid of different sounds like from outside the room and all that. So I'll probably do that too. And I'll eventually get an arm for it as well, like to just mount it. But until then, yeah, no, pretty excited about it. And yeah, let's just get into the fights, Matt. So starting off, Robert Whittaker versus Reinier. Now, did Rob get robbed? No, unfortunately he didn't. So, going into the fight, I thought Reinier would win. So I was technically right on that, but I was wrong on the way he was. So, in my prediction video, I thought Reinier would definitely get him with the knees and start to affect his cardio, which he did. And then I thought Reinier would get it to the ground in rounds like maybe 2 or 3 and then get the submission. Because I didn't know about Robert Whittaker's jaw and all that. And to my amazement, Whittaker survived the ground. Like, DeRitter was on him for a while, especially in multiple rounds. Like, he had him on the ground, full mounts, and yeah, he wasn't able to submit Robert Whittaker, so very impressed for him. But before this fight, secretly, my mind was DeRitter. Oh, well, that's not a secret, but my heart was for Robert Whittaker. Simply because it's like, if Reinier lost this, it is what it is, right? Because jumping from Bo Nickel to Robert Whittaker, huge jump. So no one would be like, oh, fraud check, because Whittaker's really good. So it wouldn't have been a fraud check or anything like that. But as far as Whittaker, the reason I wanted him to get this one done is because with this loss, it kind of puts the nail in the coffin for his title aspirations, which is very unfortunate. It is what it is. You know, like, I really like Whittaker. He's a really good guy, and it's just like, how do you hate Whittaker? You know what I mean? But yeah, as far as the fight went, yeah. DeRitter got him with the knees, affected the cardio. I didn't think DeRitter was able to go all 25 minutes because we haven't really seen him there a lot. And I was expecting a bit more of Whittaker as far as output and everything like that. But, you know, being kneed to the body over and over and over again, you know, he didn't quit. You know what I'm saying? So Robert Whittaker, he it's not a toughness thing. It's not a skill thing. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is that he's not able to. Maybe it's a size factor. Maybe it is a skill thing. Like, it's just, that's the thing. In round 1, Whittaker was getting his footings in. He was getting his shots in. He was landing his shots. And the way DeRitter was getting hit, it was like, he was almost like backing away from the shots, similar to how Bo was reacting when DeRitter was hitting him near the finish. So I was like, oh, DeRitter can't really take these shots. And then eventually, I think it was in round 2, where DeRitter starts picking it up, knee to the body. And I was like, oh no, Whittaker's going to get finished. It reminded me of how he was looking versus Dricus. And I was like, oh no, like, you don't want to see Whittaker get finished. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah. And then he goes, because in the fights before where he lost, like, he would kind of surrender into there and he would just get beaten down by Dricus. Whereas this one, he threw back, what I was really happy with, cracked DeRitter, put him down. He was so close to finish. I was screaming. I was like, let's fucking go, lad. Come on, buddy. But no, I don't know why he wasn't able to get the finish. It is what it is. DeRitter survived. And then, yeah, throughout the fight, DeRitter was able to land a lot of shots on Whittaker. In my opinion, like, too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was expecting Whittaker. I knew he was going to get affected by those body kicks, but a little more head movement, a little more defense. Like, his hands were down and he was getting hit. And I was just like, for such an ugly striker. But then you say that, but then Dricus did what he did to him. So it's like, it's frustrating. And then, yeah, as far as the end of the round, because to me and everyone else, like, I was watching the MMA Arcade live stream because I was like, you know, he's really close to Rob, so it was a fun companion. Like, I liked watching it, so shout out to him. But, yeah, no, even he agreed it wasn't a robbery. It was coming down to the 5th round, right? And as much as Whittaker was landing shots and all that, it's just, he wasn't like, he was landing clean, but it wasn't like rocking DeRitter or anything to mitigate DeRitter keeping him against the fence. And it was just like, I was wondering, like, come on, Whittaker, come on, like, something more. And I was expecting from that championship medal, because he had the belt. A lot of people forget that. He had the belt at middleweight. But it's just, I don't know what it was. It's just, you're watching, I think it was in round 4 too. It's just like, come on, Whittaker, more, come on, go. Like, because he would land a good shot, And DeRitter, sometimes when he was hurt, like he would play it off, like he had a good poker face, right? Where he was like, oh, but like he came back in. I was like, come on, Whittaker, come on, Bobby, come on, go! But no, it is what it is. It's just, yeah. I think, like I said, the size difference was a huge factor that was able to, he was able to get Robert Whittaker to the guts so many times with those knees, the clinch, just holding him there. I was disappointed. I thought Whittaker would get him off of him. As far as the ground, like I said, I was really surprised DeRitter didn't get the submission. But yeah, I would have liked a little more urgency. But at the same time, it was like, whenever it's near the end of the round, it's like kind of, do you force and get up and then waste a bunch of cardio, or do you kind of accept it? So it is what it is. I just, yeah, it played out how I thought it would. Just, I thought DeRitter would have gotten the submission. But yeah, as far as DeRitter, well, does he have the ability to be champion? I'm going to say no. You know what I mean? Kind of hot take, I guess. Maybe not. The way he takes damage and stuff like that, it's just, and he's just so awkward. He's so awkward, but then you look at Drickus, right? But I don't see DeRitter having the same success. He's just so tall for the weight class, which is a good advantage, but sucks down a lot of weight to get in there. And yeah, just watching him tower over Whittaker, it was like David versus Goliath. I was just like, how can you not root for Whittaker in that matchup? You know what I mean? But yeah, unfortunate. It is what it is. Was it a robbery? No. As far as their stocks go, Whittaker's stock definitely drops a bit. Like, he's definitely going to be outside the top 5. Depending on the matchups, I don't know if Whittaker can build himself up to the top 5. I feel like Whittaker's probably going to be a gatekeeper for the top, between the top 5 and top 10. Between around there, he'll make sure if you got what it takes to get to the top 5, he'll be there. You know what I mean? But as far as, like I said, title aspirations, I think it's done, unfortunately. But yeah, I think Whittaker's going to stick around because, he's got an armada of kids. Like, literally, I think, what is he expecting, his 6th one? So I see him staying around for a bit longer. But yeah, as far as championship, it's over. It is what it is. It's unfortunate, but that's the fight game. You know what I mean? There really are no fairy tales in this sport. Because it's like, you heard Whittaker, it's like, beat DeRitter, beat someone else, get a bunch of, go on a revenge tour, and then win with the belt. It would have been nice, but yeah, it's just not happening. Like, even if Whittaker beat DeRitter, the way he was looking, I just don't see him beating Chimaev or Drickus. It is what it is. But yeah, decent fight overall. Yeah, it's just, I didn't like seeing how they were gasping for air at the end of like round 3. It was like, you know what I mean? If either one of them want to be champion, you know what I mean? I don't know. It is what it is. But yeah, I'll make a video later on seeing who I think should be next for each guy. But yeah, all in all, like I said, great fight. And yeah, good on for Reinier DeRitter. I guess we'll see where he gets put in next, because I think he was calling for like a Drickus versus Chimaev title shot. Nah, I just don't see it. Because Imavov versus Brahal, that will be the next for the middleweight. So since Strickland's out, maybe an Adesanya versus DeRitter. I don't know. But yeah, moving on. Petr Yan versus Marcus McGhee. Vintage Petr Yan. Vintage Petr Yan. He looked great. Round 1, easily for Petr Yan. Round 2, Marcus McGhee. He started to have a bit of success. Nothing major, but, and then Petr Yan got back at him, and then later on in the fight, like, he rocked McGhee, and it's just, there's levels to this, and it was a risky fight for sure, because Petr Yan played that risk before in his career, right? He called out O'Malley, and then he lost that by a close decision. Obviously, this wasn't a close decision, but, yeah, no. Really good for Petr Yan. Clear win. And it's, yeah, 29-28, 29-28, 29-28. Oh, I thought it was 30-27. My bad. But, yeah, no. Petr Yan definitely won this fight. He looked great. And I'm watching and I'm like, why could he have not waited like a month or 2 extra to go versus Umar? To me, like, this matchup didn't make a lot of sense. And that's the thing too. I think Marcus McGhee, what is he, like 35? So it's like, he's not an upcoming prospect like O'Malley or something like that. Like, you're not gonna, you know what I mean? He's not exactly electric on the mic. Like, he has good fights, but I don't know why they did this. I guess Petr Yan just wants to stay active, which, I mean, take notes, Sarukian. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, Sarukian, bro, get in there again. Get in there, call your shot, and just go and fight. But, that's a story for another day. Anyways, sorry. Yeah. Petr Yan looked really good, really good. Sharp boxing, sharp kicks. Really nothing to complain there. It's just, they were saying it's like, oh yeah, Petr Yan, he takes the first round off to like, study and engage and all that. I would have liked Petr Yan to go a little more, put his foot on the gas, but it is what it is. That's how Petr Yan fights. Now, as far as he called for Merab or Corey Sandhagen for the next title shot. He definitely has a case for sure, but I guess we'll see where Umar, who Umar's going to fight next, because I feel like if Umar wins his next fight, they're probably going to want to put him, especially if Merab wins, because I think they kind of want Umar to beat Merab, judging by the fact that they give him the title shot after beating only Corey Sandhagen. So yeah, I feel like Umar's probably one more fight away, depending on how Umar looks and who it's against. I guess that'll determine who's next for the title, but yeah, Petr Yan stock keeps rising. Vintage Petr Yan performance, really happy with it. Good fight. Marcus McGhee, nothing to hold your head against, or whatever the expression is. Keep your head up. You did really good. It's just Petr Yan, too much too soon. Marcus McGhee, he needs to build himself back up. As far as title aspirations, I don't know about Marcus McGhee. He is old for that weight class, but yeah, I definitely see him having good fights in the future for sure. Like, definitely do not write him out or write him off, but yeah, no, really good fight. Now, this one I was thinking of, the 30-27. Next fight, Shara Magomedov, the Pirate, versus Marc-Andre Barriault. Now, I thought Shara Bullet would have just cleaned him up, like put on a clinic, and I was wrong. Very, very good fight. Very good fight. The fact that they gave him the, all 3 rounds, I don't know. I think the round where he got rocked, I'm pretty sure that was round 2, where Barriault, he literally went overhand, boom, and I was like, whoa, because you seen Shara got rocked. He's like, oh, whoa, like you seen him like open his eyes. But then you look closer, it's like, oh shit, like his nose is broken. Like his nose was literally like, I was like, damn, like the fight's on. And then Shara Magomedov, like he still had the heart. He had the heart, he had the will to continue. So many fighters, they would just be like, oh, my nose is fucked, whatever, good, whatever. Get a little TKO and just be out of there. Heart of a champion for sure. As far as skills of a champion, though, I don't know. I feel like his style is very inefficient. Like, the constant jumping and bopping around. Like, I just feel like, I don't know. He definitely has the potential to have good fights, but as far as champion level, I just don't see it. Because that's the thing. Like, his wrestling takedown defense was looking better in this fight, but, it's not impenetrable. And as far as, like, obviously everyone knows Shara Bullet, he has really good kicks. That's without a doubt. He was able to do really good with them in round 1. But then once Barriault, he started getting his confidence, he started going at him, he started landing a lot on Shara. And that's the thing, when Shara got in the clinch, like, he loves his uppercuts, but he also, like, good elbows. And obviously, like I said, the kicks. But as far as boxing, I would like to see him improve his boxing, because he just kind of, like, head down, like, in and out of the, like, lead head with the head up. It's just... And for him to get rocked by a guy like Marc-Andre Barriault, which was supposed to be kind of like a setup to get back on schedule, because I'm pretty sure Marc-Andre Barriault, he's older. But yeah, no, really good fight. Shows that Shara Magomedov, he has the heart of a champion for sure. But like I said, he's going to definitely need to improve on his wrestling defense and, maybe even offensively wrestle. Like, you're from Dagestan, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, we expect a bit more, you know what I'm saying? Especially from the wrestling department. But yeah. Everyone knows he can strike, but yeah. I'd say just work on the wrestling and just work on the boxing as well, because he looked really uncomfortable in the boxing range. Like, he looked good in the clinch, he looked good on the outside of the kicks, but as far as boxing, it was like, I don't know, like his skin hit, and it is what it is. But yeah, good performance from him. What I think he should do next, like I said, I'll make a video on this, but, my initial thoughts, Michel Pereira, Abus Magomedov. Either one of those guys, I think Shara TKOs them with ease. I think that both of them have zero cardio. Abus and Michel Pereira, zero cardio. And I think, yeah, obviously they're dangerous in rounds 1, but I think Shara Magomedov can get out of that and clean him up in rounds 2 and 3 and get the TKO easily. So yeah, I think that's what should be next for him. But yeah, moving on. Asu Almabaya versus Jose Ochoa. Now, I'm a fan of Jose Ochoa from watching that fight. He wanted to have the fight, and I felt like such a casual, because it's like you think of all these fights, like especially the Poirier fight last weekend. You had like the like all those amazing wars, and you had the even Vettori versus Allen was really good. And then it's just like Asu Amabaya. It's like, I think Cejudo said, it's like, oh, you guys hate it because you thought it was boring, but it was a perfectly executed game plan. It's like, okay, I get that. You know, I hate to feel like a casual here, but it's just like every time he went to go take it out, it's like, fuck. You know, it's like with flyweights, you just want to see them strike. You know what I mean? You want a Royval Van. And I get every fight can't be like that, but it's just, it is what it is. I was hoping for Jose Ochoa to win just because he wanted to strike. He wanted to get in there. You know, that's the thing. Or that's what the thing. Almabayev, it's not like he's afraid of striking or anything, but he definitely preferred the grappling. And it's just like, it was frustrating because, you know, you want to see them. Like the 25ers was like, bam, 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 like back and forth. But, you know, it is what it is. And, decent fight, but like Cejudo said, a lot of people found it boring. I did as well. But it is what it is. And as far as Nikita Krylov versus Bogdan Gustakov, I just came home at that time, so I was like, shit, I missed it. I watched the highlight, and wow, Bogdan Gustakov looked great. He knocked out Nikita Krylov. I think Nikita Krylov just lost recently as well to Dominic Reyes, so... You know, I think that chin's a little questionable at this point, but still, good win for Bogdan. I see a bright future for him in light heavyweight, especially light heavyweight is a very low skill division relative to like all the other ones, right? So I feel like Bogdan, not to say Bogdan isn't good, I'm not saying that at all. It's just, I feel like as long as you show some sort of potential, the pathway up to the top 5 is relatively like clear, and I hate to say easy, but it's a lot easier to get to the top 5 of 205 than it is like 170 or 155. You know, and obviously that's an, you know, very mild take, but it is what it is. So very happy for Bogdan Gustakov, and Nikita Krylov. I feel like you can probably call it there. You know, it is what it is. Like you're getting tuned up each fight, and you don't want to play around, especially in those heavyweight divisions where getting cracked like that, you know, it's harder to recover from. And then aside from that, Bryce Mitchell versus Said Nurmagomedov. I was driving during then, so I couldn't watch. But I heard Bryce Mitchell got the decision. I seen a highlight on I think Twitter where Said, he got him with the knee, dropped him. Bryce Mitchell was able to recover. I thought the recovery, because especially cutting down to 20 or 35, it would have been questionable on his chin. But hey, he weathered the storm, and I guess he got the decision, which was surprising because, I was pretty sure that Said was going to get that win just because, you know, as long as you have some sort of wrestling and, striking. Bryce Mitchell's not exactly elite, but, really good win to get a win over Said Nurmagomedov. But, as far as championship for Bryce Mitchell, I hate to say it, but I feel like he's kind of more of like a meme fighter where it's just like people love the build-up and all that, but as far as like skill sets and being in the top 5, nah. But... saying that though, I feel like if you give Bryce Mitchell like more grapplers and like less strike heavy styles and just give Bryce Mitchell like characters to fight, like the Gene Silva one, that build-up was hilarious. You know what I mean? Like give him a character to fight in 35. But that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and see you guys on the next one. Peace.